It's me! Hello! It's Tuesday, it's 11 o'clock, and therefore it's time for a live crafting hour. So when you join, if you're signed into YouTube, you can join in the chat. If you're not signed into YouTube, you might want to think about it. You have to subscribe to my channel in order to chat, which is fine. You can subscribe and then unsubscribe. I'm not, worried. So, what can I tell you about today? Apart from the fact it's a miserable day here in South Oxfordshire. It was a lovely first thing. I'm on church locking and unlocking duty. Sorry, I'm just preparing some bits for our live. I was on church locking and I am on church locking and unlocking duty. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Kay. Deborah from Michigan, Kay from the UK. So it was glorious when I walked down to unlock the church this morning, and since then it's rained. And I only went down at about 9:30. So, and it's now 11 o'clock and it's rained and now it's just grey. Hello, Jan. Are you in Cornwall or in Wheatley today? Hello, Karen. So, yes, all good fun. Now, let me just get the housekeeping done. Chilly in Essex. Yeah, it's pretty cold here. Although I've got a t-shirt on, I have got my long trousers on as well. And this room, when there's a little bit of sunshine, does get quite warm. If you've followed me for any length of time, you will have noticed in various summers that it's been over 30 degrees. Hello, Leslie. How are you? I hope things are not too bad. Hello, Lorna. Sunny at the moment, but so far today we've had rain, sun, wind, grey clouds, just waiting for the snow. Absolutely, Lorna. It sounds like us. Hello, Mary from the Netherlands. And Marlene from Michigan. No, Wisconsin. Sorry, didn't read that properly. Where did I get Michigan from? Oh, because we've got Deborah from Michigan. Wheatley. Still sunny out there. Really? I say that, for those of you who don't know, Jan lives about, 8 miles from me. Hello, Jane from Georgia at 6 a.m. So, if you are not a regular, just to do some quick housekeeping, this is a live stream. So during the live, you can leave comments in the comments box, and I'll try and pick them up. Hello, Christine from Sydney. Hello, Shaz. How are you? And Sherry. So, you can leave a comment live if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, I will have changed the title to replay, so live replay, and then you can leave any comments you want to leave below the description bar. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and if you don't already subscribe, that is also appreciated. It helps the algorithm, and I'm getting so close to 10,000 followers. It would be lovely if I got there. Sunny on the south coast. Okay. Where's our sunshine? It's supposed to go worse and then get better. I hope it gets better because it's WI night and we're supposed to be visiting someone's garden to have a look round their garden and have champagne and strawberries. It's a hard life. But I'd rather not do that in the rain. Rain and sunshine in the Netherlands. You're still getting procedures on your back. Oh no. And you're starting rehabilitation in July. Well, that's something. Okay. I think that's everything I need to say. Yeah. So today we are using the Round We Go bundle, starting with the dies are currently out of stock, but they're coming in next week. Which is why I am happy to use it today. There's a whole load of bundles that are currently unavailable, mostly because we got a bundle sale on. So you get an extra 10% off. You get 10% off buying a bundle anyway. So if you buy the stamp set and the dies separately, that's one price. If you buy them together as a bundle, you get 10% off. And for the rest of this month, you get an extra 10% off. Shaz, I'm in shock, to be honest. Hubby went to work this morning and got made... No! That's dreadful, Shaz. He got made redundant after 15 years as the business shut. No! How awful. I hope he gets a good settlement. Rainy in southwestern Florida. Sharon, I'm actually not unhappy about that, purely because that means even in places where it's meant to be sunny, it's not. Oh, that's dreadful. Anyway, let me flip the camera down. I'm trying to use transitions, which is kind of weird, because I'm not used to using them. Anyway, I have die cut already 2 pieces of paper. Let's have a look at the stamps and dies. So, the dies first. We have this die, which is what this is. You need 2 to make a rosette. Then we've got 2 starbursty things, some circles with pattern on. Ooh. So these seem to work with, so these don't die cut, they just put holes in. Hopefully that makes sense. Can I see anything on here that, oh, I see, yes. So you can stamp a rosette and then put holes in it. And I guess you could then weave things through. Well, that would be pretty. So we've got dies for both of these stamps and these blobs which go in the middle. We've got a starburst blob. We've got standalone dies, blah, blah. So we've got happy birthday. This is your day, year, month. Happiest birthday. It's time to celebrate to you. Hip, hip, hooray. To, from, stripes and stars. So, and it's available in all 4 languages. So, English, French, German, and Dutch. I don't know if the translations are any good, but... So, yeah. Anyway. Sorry, I was just contemplating the whole redundancy thing. This paper is from the Zinnia paper. Just saying. Don't like it. Don't like the Zinnia paper. It's too bright. I was hoping that when I got to see it, it wouldn't be quite as bright as it seemed to be. It's bright. And one of my regular subscribers for my craft box said, please tell me you're not going to use the Zinnias. It's fine, I would never use the Zinnias, it's horrible. However, what I was intending to use, currently out of stock. So I'm hoping that will come back in next week, which is when it's meant to come back in, because otherwise I'm going to be struggling. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I might just do something different instead. So it is sunny and a high of 84 degrees today. Whoa, Jane, that's lovely. Expected to be 90 later in the week. And Shaz says it's very, very bright down with her. I wish it was bright with us, but it's not. So the thing when you're doing your concertina, sorry, I've been busy concertina and not telling you what I'm doing, is you need to then make sure that you start the same way, you know, the right way to have the whole thing join up. So we're just going to concertina 2 of these, then we're going to stick them together. Now the real trick, and I honestly can't tell you what the easiest way to do this is. The real trick is to then turn them into a rosette that actually stays. Now, a hot glue gun will work, but I don't like the idea of using a hot glue gun if not everyone has one. So I do have other ideas. No, Lorna, quite a few of us don't like the Zinnia paper. It's just too bright. Even the B-sides, and I normally think, well, if I don't like the A-side, it's fine, I'll like the B-side. Don't even like the B-side of most of it. I mean, there's one sheet that is beautiful. I mean, stunning. Let me bring it out. It's petal pink with dots on. Why couldn't they do more of that? And look what's on the other side. So I've brought that out simply to use as a layer. Hello, Kay from Australia. Marlene says she agrees. The Zinnia paper is way too bright. Never got it for that reason. The paper is bright, although we do have sun. I understand the paper is bright. I'm not quite sure why you're saying we do have sun. Is that pertinent to the paper being bright? One wonders. Probably. Right, so I'm going to use some tear and tape to stick these 2 bits together. You do need a reasonably strong adhesive. Now, if I had 1/8 inch tape, I'd use that. Guess what I do? But I'm not going to use it because we don't sell it. But I do have some 1/8 double-sided tape. So Kay, where are you? Where in Australia are you? Because we have quite a few Australians that join in. In fact, we've got one from Sydney and one from Melbourne, I'm thinking, at the moment. So I'm just going to join these two bits together, making sure they line up. So I'm going to flatten one of them out, this left-hand one out a bit, flatten the right-hand one out a bit, line them up on my grid paper, down a bit. Sorry, I had to concentrate there for a moment. And then we have this lovely long strip of almost matching, stripe-wise, concertina paper. I shouldn't really be stretching it out again. So this is what I would call the Avid project. Let's start with the Avid and go to the quick later. So we need another piece for this end, and starting them both at in the same way means they are both facing the right way, which is always handy. As in, I started concertinaing, doing Mountain Valley the same on both pieces. So I did Mountain Valley, or Valley Mountain, whichever it was, doesn't really matter. And then these two, we can just curl round and join up like that. So, let me concertina that bit again. We then squish it down and it will make a rosette. And according to the catalogue, which I must show you in a moment, you're north of Melbourne. Lovely. We do have other lovely bright papers, but the zinnias don't, for me, they don't work because of the colours. I mean, they've got some really... Okay, so I'm going to use a singing analogy or a music analogy. First of all, I'm going to bring that in so that you can see. It's on page 63. So we're singing a piece with my local choir, which I had to say is quite difficult. And you don't audition to join, so anyone can join. And they keep saying it's the hardest piece that they have ever sung together. And it's a cappella, so no accompaniment. And there are intentional clashes. So at one point, it's in 4 parts, but at one point, 3 of those parts are singing notes that are bang next to each other, which is an intentional dissonant, but it's really, if you get it wrong, it's really unpleasant. That's what I think of the zinnia paper. They've just got the wrong colours. I mean, come on. We've got Calypso Coral, Melon Mambo and Berry Burst all next to each other. And to me, and put in a bit of Blackberry Bliss as well. They're too close. It just doesn't work. Sorry. And even the greens, I think they've got too many colours. Anyway, page 63, these are the samples. Can't remember where the gingham is, but there's gingham. And the suggestion is you can make littler rosettes by doing smaller pieces. The rosette is 3.8 centimetres or 3 1/4 inches across. And as I say, the real key is how you stick it down. Oh. Hello, Donna. Who's the composer? Can't remember, Lorna. It's modern. Okay, so Leslie's frozen. Leslie, I think you might need to drop out and go back in. And Leslie's here, so that's all right. So, how is Donna? Did you enjoy Mexico? I was very sad not to go. But actually, I didn't go because of health issues and they kind of got worse, not better. Right, okay, so we need something to put in the middle. So let me grab. I'm hoping I will be doing an unboxing later this week because I've got my pre-order coming. So I've only ordered one of the. I think I only ordered one of the kits. Maybe I ordered both. Can't remember. Anywho, I am going to use. Oh, should we have a sentiment in the middle? In which case, I need to see. Need to trim my nails, says Jane. Okay. Hello, Jules. Oh, bless you, Donna. As I say, I was very sad to not go. It was the right decision, but I was still very sad not to go. Right, I am going to use. I just want a small sentiment. They're sort of big. Okay, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to use. Oh, I've got a bit of paper flying around. I'm going to use this little. The glue on this particular tape is really sticky. Really sticky. It did look wonderful, Mexico, but yeah. Sometimes one has to be grown up about these things. Right, I'm going to use, what's that purple? Is it Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape? Well, you see, it says it's Highland Heather, but I'm not convinced. I'm going to use Highland Heather. But don't you love that I have not planned this at all? That's just me. Dum, dum, dum. Where's my H? There it is. Oh, I suppose it could be Highland Heather. Yeah. Right, so I just need a little bit. That's a little bit in this context. And I'm going to cut two so I can sandwich my rosette between the two pieces, because I think it's going to need a lot of help to stay in place. I have had a rosette die before, and you do need to make sure it knows who's boss. So as there are a few of my team on here, just a reminder, we've got a team meeting this week. I sent out the invitation. So Donna doesn't plan anything either. I think it actually works. If you're saying it's a live crafting session, then not planned strikes me as being the right way to go. I was hoping to use a bundle that was in stock. That'll be my plates on the floor. I didn't put them into their little slot properly. That's better. Right, okay, so are you going to come out or am I going to have to force you? There we go. So one of these is just going to go on the bottom to be on the bottom. Let me just grab a silicone sheet. There we go. Because I'm going to use, apart from the ribbon though, Donna. Ooh, that's intriguing. So I'm going to use Seal Plus because I want a really strong glue, and I'm going to cover, you could use tear and tape, just saying. I'm going to cover the whole of this pretty much with Seal Plus. I'm then going to turn my thing over. So this is the back. Oh, Lorna loves watching you, Donna. Oh, Queen Donna. So let's pop that on there and give it a really firm press. And then we're going to do the same, except we're not going to rip the card to pieces. This is the problem with Seal Plus, is that it will delaminate your card if you're not careful. And it has. So I'm just going to flip all the extra bits in, because while I don't mind them sticking out on the bottom, I do object to them sticking out on top. And then pop that in the middle and give it a really good press, and that should oh Donna, that's lovely, the bow lady. That's not very central, but you get the idea. Right, okay, so ooh, that's a nice idea. So we've gone, I'm going to grab Blackberry Bliss, which will be under B for blackberry. I have organised my card in so many different ways over the years, and I still can't decide how to do it. At the moment it's in alphabetical order. Blackberry Bliss. And happiest birthday. Oh, except I want, no, I'm gonna go happy birthday. Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you, Donna. Have a lovely sleep, night, whatever's the word. That came out so wrong. Thank you for joining me. And yes, I must catch you live sometime. It's a bit weird with the time difference, but okay. So I'm going to go central to my piece. Oh, Rose, you're here. I didn't know you were here. Rose is here, but she's going. That's fine. So we're doing Happiest Birthday. We're doing it in white embossing powder. Except that hasn't stamped terribly well. Okay, let's take that off and use the other side and see if we can do this better, because that was horrible. Right, I'm going to grab my foam mat, because I think it might be that I didn't press properly. I don't think my ink pad needs re-inking. Seeing Donna reminds me I've got a project to do for her design group, which I must do. Oh, and I must send out last month's. Because my customers and my team get my get the design bundle that Donna's group makes up with videos and handwritten written tutorials. Sorry, my brain is really not with it. Hello, Carolyn from Scottyland. Right. Dry that off, or let it cool down, I suppose is a better way of putting it. Grab my trimmer. Straight is nice. Right, hocket. Oh, bless you, Shaz. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Jan. Didn't mean to send rain. Wasn't my intention. It's actually brightening up here. Right, I'm just going to trim this Actually, a little bit shorter. Square would be nice. Should we do square? That's better. And I'm just going to flag my ends. It needs to be a bit shorter. So I find this is the easiest way, unless you've got the punch that does it for you. This is the easiest way to flag. So you cut up the middle and then cut to that point. It's much easier than trying to cut and cut. Hello, Julie. Marlene's off to work. Thank you. Right. Okay, so we've got, so this is going to go on here, but I want something just to lift it a little, and I'm contemplating, except then I want it on petal pink, so I'm going to use petal pink. Let's use petal pink. I don't want it to be a huge piece, I just want it to stick out behind, just to lift it a little. Probably that much, but less. Sorry, I know what I'm meaning. So I'm just going to cut that there. And I'm going to trim it down a little bit, because I don't want it quite this wide. I know it's narrow, but I don't want it this wide. I think I want it about that wide. So that's going to go on there. I'm going to trim that down, so that's fine. We are nearly there, which as it's half an hour would be good, because I've got 2 more cards to make. So just a little bit round the edge, but I do need to then trim. And I'm just going to ignore the fact that that goes let's just trim that a wee bit. There we go. So happy birthday, and that needs to go on a card and card base. So let's have a layer, and I'm going to bring the Highland Heather back in as I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be quite layering, sorry, and I don't mean layer-y, I mean layering. It is going to be Larry. Definitely Larry. Is that pretty much? It will be. Right. So yes, I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss, Highland Heather and Petal Pink, I didn't think what it was called there for a moment, on the same card. Okay, who's stolen my embossing, my bone folder, she says, having just spotted it. Right, Okay, so let's add our paper to our card. Like that. And we will need a liner. I need to cut some more, I think. Oh no, there's a pile of them. So this is going to go here, like that. So this is going to need some help. So it's going to need a little pile of dimensionals. Let's stick this down first, shall we? Always a plan. Let's start with... Hello, Priscilla. Let's start by getting that down. Then this, say it needs a pile of dimensionals there, probably 2. Let's see if 2 will do. 1. 2. No, I think it's going to need 3. Yep, it's going to need... Oh, it's raining now. Lovely. It's come back, Jan. It's all here. If it's at Weekly, it's also here. I'm trying to guess the end product. A birthday card? Methinks. Guess it's over the glue. Yep. Right, okay, let's see. Oh, I know what I've got that I can use. I do. I know what I can use if I can find them. Bear with me while I get my tin out. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. I saw you recently. No. No. No, no, no. It's probably at the front, because I'm starting at the back, they're probably at the front. I really must turf out what's no longer current. Okay, so let's try in here. I have got duplicates of quite a lot of the things in here, which is perhaps not the wisest thing. That's what I was looking for. Oh no, you've had flooding. That's awful, Leslie. Right, okay, so that I think is Blackberry Bliss from memory. And we've got Highland Heather in there as well, and Gorgeous Grape and all sorts of things. So let's actually use these, because I think a bit of calm wouldn't come amiss. Go amiss. Ooh. And then I'm going to do some quick die cutting and do 2 more cards. So one card's going to be just stamped, I think. And then, oh, I need to do the inside. I'll do the inside later if we've got time later. Right, okay, let's do this thong. Where's my stamp set gone? There it is. So let's clean happy birthday and put that away and dry. Close by is bad enough. We had over the winter, I mean, I know it's winter with you at the moment, but over our winter we had dreadful flooding between us and the next village. Went on for weeks. So we couldn't get a lot of places actually because of the flooding. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the dies as well. That would be useful if I could actually find them. Oh, buried. I was going to say, how could I lose dies? I mean, very easily in my case. Right, so I'm going to stamp and die cut. So I'm going to stamp in a colour and then die cut the same colour to layer on top. So, quick bit of prep. And somewhere I've got a piece of scrap paper. Now I've pulled out some of the paler colours from the paper. Leslie, if it's anything like us, it's A, climate change, and hi Debbie, A, climate change, and B, if they stop building houses, that would be a good idea, because the water can't go into the ground if there's a house on it. So this is Highland Heather. And then I've got Lemon Lully. Highland Heather and Lemon Lully. Oh, that's bright. Very bright. In a subtle sort of way. Snips. It's dry where you are in central Victoria. Right, I need Lemon Lolly and Highland Heather card. Lemon Lolly. Just need to chop a piece. Piece of Lemon Lolly. Right, okay, so we need that one, and that one, and that one, oops, and that one. Right, okay, so there. This can actually be even smaller than I thought I needed. And let's separate those two. Right, Big Bertha. Remember, during the bundle sale, you can also get 10% off any of our die cutters. So large, small, and if you're looking at small, boho blue or white. So the key with this that you can't see, let me see if I can pull it in a bit more. The key with this is to line it up with the, ooh, sorry, I've just realised something. I've just realised something. Wait 1 minute, wait 1 minute. I've just realised something. Because you know, it's the first time I've opened up this stamp set. It's not the easiest colour. Right, if I line that up with that, and that up with that, you know when you're kind of hoping that something's going to line up and you can't see? That's kind of where I am. Load, aim, fire. Well, it almost lined up. Let's try that again. I don't know why I'm going to find it easier a second time, but pencil. I'm just going to mark there and there so that I've got something to aim at, because otherwise it's nigh on, in this colour, impossible to see through the stamp. Please line up. That's better, because the die will actually cut the right wibbles. That was interesting viewing. I can't believe that I'm only partway through my second card and we've only got 20 minutes left. Right, okay, so this one I'm hoping will be easier to see because it's a darker colour. Yes. Now, of course, you could do them in two separate colours, but I want them to be not separate colours. And it was only when I was lining these up that I realised that they did. As in that they will, if you double stamp. And as I say, they're not perfect on the yellow one, but it's not bad. Right. Oh. Let's try that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. God, do I want to swap them? No. Let's just go with what we've... Oh, I know what I do want to do though. I do know what I do want to do though. Sorry. I will get there eventually. Honest I will. Cause I will. You'll see in a minute what I'm doing. And then it should be relatively straightforward to put the card together. Although I'm going to not like the fact that I've only got 2 of these, but it's fine. Pop it on the floor. Right. Come on. Thank you. Right. That doesn't cut fully. I loaded too many dies. That's not going to have cut fully either because I had too many dies too close together. Lesson learnt. If you have too many dies too close together, they take pressure off their neighbours, which is not a good thing. So don't. Particularly if they're solid dies like these are. The ones that have, you know, just little bits rather than a solid background don't tend to have this problem to the same extent. Right. Okay. So I'm going to make these bits. Ooh. Oh, that's the back. That's all for him. Suddenly thinking that didn't line up very well. It's because it's the back. It's the one I didn't get right. Okay, so this is going to go on there, and that's going to go in the middle, and this is going to go on here, and surprise, surprise, the yellow one is going to go in the middle, but I do want to do some layering. So, yes, I can use a big one because the big thing's going on top. So large dimensional, or standard size, depending on how you look at it. It's almost central. I was going to put that on a dimensional as well, but I don't think I will. I think I will just pop our centre on like that, and then this also dimensionals. We can have a large dimensional. Spreading a tea cake. Oh, Lemon Lolly and Highland Heather are a match made in heaven. It's a bit bent out of sorts, it's fine there. Right, okay, let's not lose those, all of that. Have them in a little pile just there. In fact, let's put them in my magnetic thing that Lorna kindly gave me. Apart from that, I've just thrown one of them on the floor. There we go. All safe. Right, okay, so we need a background and a card base. Right, well, let's do the easy thing because I know I've got that ready. And is there anything on there that's going to work? I don't think so, but we'll have a quick look just to make absolutely sure there's nothing in here that's going to catch my eye, although that might work. Ugh, it's horrible. Why? Just tell me that. Why? What's that the back of? No! Horrible! Awful! Right, okay, so let's go back to... I'm not convinced by that either. Right, okay. It's fine. I know what I'm going to do. If I can find my bone folder. Thank you. So, let me find my little scrappity scrap. Where's my scrap? Buried, of course. So this is the scrap from last week. I think it was last week I used it. And I'm going to use that and this. Measurements of my card, right. Can you get 2 cards out of one piece of cardstock? Yes. So are you, I can't remember, you're in Australia? So what I do is just slice a piece of A4 in half. And it doesn't matter whether you do I have both? Yes. So this is A5, so this is half a sheet of A4 scored down the middle. This is half a sheet the other way, scored in the middle. So it's in international A4 or international measurements, it would be an A6 card. If you're in North America, the nearest equivalent would be an A2. Let it be said, in the rest of the world, an A2 would be huge, because it would be 4 sheets of A4 stuck together, in effect. Did I? Can't remember. Right. Homemade strawberry jam. Num 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 num. I love homemade strawberry jam. We didn't get enough strawberries this year for jam, so I'm having that there, that there. We need a sentiment, so we're going to use Time to Celebrate. Time to celebrate. And we're going to stamp that on a piece of white in Highland Heather, which I've buried. Trying to see if we had any ribbon, but we don't. That's in the right colours. Ooh. Ooh, just had a thought. Okay, I'm going to go in a bit. Oh, thank you. I used to use Nails Ink, which I still like. Don't get me wrong, I still like it. This is Manicurist, which is a French brand, which is a semi gel. So you do put them in an LED, but they last for longer, particularly when you are crafting. Sorry, I buried my head in a... Buried my head. Is that going to be big enough? Where's my stamp? There's my stamp. Nope. Just, I think, if I go to the top. So this is a retired stamp, punch rather. Sorry, not sorry, and all that. So that's going to go there on dimensionals. But the joy with this, which Nails Ink was less great with, is that it doesn't mark, because normal nail varnish can mark your paper when it's getting a bit, when the top coat's rubbed back, and this doesn't do that. And it's really quick to get off. I mean, seriously quick to get off, and it comes off in one piece. Right, okay, let's use the same embellishment, and one of those would be useful. Let's do... Come on, stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't be mean. Because then I've just got a very quick card to make. Oh, I know what actually I want to do. I will be using that, but just not yet. So let's go one. So I'm going to fill this space just with a few of these so it looks more intentional that I stamped it towards the top. And then we'll just add a smattering of these. Like that. So that's number 2. And for for number 3, I'm going to grab a piece of basic white and my scrap, and am I going to stick to the same colours? I think I will, purely for speed. So this is probably the opposite of a Simple Stamping Saturday. It's great, isn't it, Jane, this stamp set? It's just wonderful. So yes, the reason I say this is the opposite of a Simple Stamping Saturday is we started with the most complicated and we're coming down to the least complicated. I've got room for that in the middle. I'm always loath to have 2 inks open at once, particularly when I'm in a bit of a rush, because you know what can happen. I'm hoping that by using Stamped Off, I'll be able to see through a bit easier. The answer is a bit easier, yes. Now that's a gap there. Sorry about that. We will get there. You need to go there. You need to go there. So let's hope. Nearly. We're getting closer. Right. It's much easier with the Highland Heather than it is with the Lemon Lily. I'm going to leave a gap in the middle for a sentiment. Yes! Sorry, that was, you know. Okay, so I'm going to put my sentiment in before I fill up a gap. So I think we're going to have this is your year. Doesn't feel, I know why, because I haven't prepped it. It wasn't holding the ink properly. That's better. Yes. Right, okay, so now yellow. And that's why I don't like having 2 ink pads open, because I said yellow and went into the Highland Heather. Better that way round than the other way. Bet you're all going, no, don't do it, Liz. I'm just going to close this. So yes, if you are in Europe and you want this bundle, it is coming back in next week. So the reason I'm not inking up and stamping off again is because enough of the stamp was stamped off down here the first time round, so it was all good. Right, this is your year. It is, it is, it is. And then I'm just very quickly, honest Injun, because I know we're running out of time, just going to add centres, and I'm going to switch them round. Combo of lemon and heather would be nice, and indeed it is. It's working nicely. Right, I am just going to grab this and another card base. I'm going to trim this down very slightly. Yay much. So we've got a nice layer size. Yep. And then this will be the larger size. Seal. I will say it again, I'll say it pretty much every time. Don't like the look of liquid adhesive on the back of basic white. Just got it. I think it's good enough for alive anyway. When things do go a little awry, like you bury your bone folder. There it is, under your lemon lolly ink. Meant on the flower. Yes! On one flower. Well, it... Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. It would. I mean, I've sort of done that, but only with the centre. But you're right, it would. Sorry, one side was slightly longer than the other on the card base. Right, and of course a few of these, and then we are done. Woohoo! Come on. This is... Oh, actually I want to use a bigger one. Your year. Shazam! Right, okay, so we had a starting point. We moved on to that one, and then we moved to that one. So all the colours are taken from that hideous zinnia paper, but without using the hideous zinnia paper too much. So there we go. Phew! And I'm only a few minutes over. Woohoo! Result. Nice and summary. Thank you, Caroline. Yes. My mouse has decided it's going on strike. So I hope you like those. Where has my mouse gone? Oh, there it is. If you liked them and you haven't already given me a thumbs up will be very much appreciated. If you're watching the replay, you can leave a comment below the description bar. And I'm up to date with getting back to people. I always reply to comments. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So yes, those are today's cards. And yes, that would be nice with the switch over of colours. I mean, I'm not unhappy with it as it is, but it would be nice with the switch over of colours as well. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, night, afternoon, morning. And I will be back on Saturday with a Simple Stamping Saturday. this week I'm going to use a kit because it's one I haven't used and it keeps looking at me and waving, and I really think I ought to put it together. So I'm going to put the whole kit together on Saturday. Thank you very much indeed. I will. Thank you, Sharon. Oh, thank you. Never disappoint. Keep up the good work. Oh, bless you. So yes, I will see you on, well, I won't see you, but you get what I mean. I will see you on Saturday. And until then, have a great time. Bye for now.